don't want to marry the pigeon lady. And if she's homeless, you kill her.
No, nobody's gonna care.
No, I mean they dying every day, and those pigeons will find new things to eat.
Welcome back to the BJJ Balance podcast. My name's Kenny, and I'm here with Matt. What's going on, brother?
Cock V. Everybody, that is in Russian. That means how are you, and that means something completely different in America.
I don't know that we have. I look at the saturation map of like our demographic. I don't know that we have any Russian listeners.
Well, bonjour, if you're out there.
Yeah. Yeah. How is he saying that wrong? Post a
I'm
an
gonna have
Instagram story and tag
some
us.
dude's gonna show up with freaking cauliflower ears, a beard, and no mustache, just ready to put hands on me,
Shorts and a top,
and just be
full
like,
Sambo gear,
like
wrestling shoes on.
pet bear, and just want to freaking double leg me. I'm like, I'm not ready, dude. I'm just trying to crack jokes here.
How dare you disrespect my country?
Sorry, man. My bad.
Well, this is the New Year's episode, or the pre-New Year's episode.
Pre-New Year's.
So we're going to be discussing some New Year, new me, New Year, new gi topics.
Reflection. You know what was cool? Even though next year's gonna be way cooler. Our Spotify Unwrapped.
Yeah.
Was cool.
Yeah,
we already made some people's like top lists.
Yeah.
And we've only been, 15 episodes in.
Right.
So that was pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's neat to just the growth in general. Just
Next
in the short
year, it's
period of
going to
time.
be cool to see where we rank.
Where we get a full year.
When we get a full year in.
Yeah.
Because we just,
This was all on a whim, guys. None of this was
like I've said on episode 1, I want to throw this out there. Episode 1 of our podcast. I had met Kenny before because I taught a class at his academy.
Yeah.
But before the podcast, the first time I really met Kenny was 10 minutes before we cut episode 1.
Right.
And how many people can say that? Usually they're boys, hey, let's start a podcast together.
Yeah.
And I've had podcasts like that to myself. But like 10 minutes and we just freaking hit the ground running.
Just went at it.
I've known him for 10 minutes. We just took a photo shoot.
Yeah, we did.
For more thumbnails. And, me and my boys, we always talk crap on people who just do all these fancy photos in their gis. And here I am. And that's my first photo shoot. That's my first photo shoot in gis. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was interesting. There's some photos out there that might not make it to the internet.
How do you think Matt would take photos to be funny? And we did that. And, maybe if you subscribe for my premium content,
clothes were on.
I'll link it. It's like that movie Gia. I don't know if you remember that movie back in the day.
With
Angelina Jolie.
Okay.
It's the first movie where she showed her fucking tatas. And she's doing a photo shoot. And she's doing all this stuff. And it was like, so picture it, 1997. I've HBO After Dark. Gia's on.
Yeah.
I got Sports Center on the last button.
Yeah.
Just in case.
Do you think parents knew about the last channel button?
I know my grandfather did. My grandfather would like come in and be like extra loud coming upstairs or come to my door. He knew it was going down up there. But I had that last button queued up.
Yeah. Mine was Nickelodeon.
What a diversity. This guy goes from the Munsters to Real Sex 27. And it was, hey, I'm going to call it what it is. That Real Sex was some nasty people on there.
Oh, yeah.
So it was like nudist colonies and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. That was not a good introduction to sex for most teenagers.
A bunch of hippies and stuff. But hey, man, you didn't get to choose, man. You get what they give.
Did you ever catch that American Pimp documentary that was on HBO?
Did I?
That was wild.
Did I, dude? Man, good times.
Yeah.
But anyways,
old school HBO guys, you guys are missing out on
Angelina
this whole streaming shit. Fuck you.
Angelina Jolie, she was doing a photo shoot. She was like a model, and also one photographer's like, "Does anybody want to make some real money?" And then they're like, "We don't do it with clothes on." And then some of the girls left. She's like, "I'll make some cash." Good times. Good times. We're coming to find out on the podcast. Young Matt was a little bit of a pervert. But I think
these are the memories that are burned into his head.
But I think everybody my age was like that. Anyways, because it was so unattainable.
Yeah. Well, the 90s was that was like the beginning of like the kind of sexual exploration era.
You're gonna hit me right when my puberty starts, or hit me with Baywatch,
Right.
at 10 a.m. in the morning.
Right. Well, then the internet. That's like, the early stages of the internet. There was no video porn, but it was pictures. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, dude,
it was
LimeWire.
I had a guy that I was in the Air Force with, and he ran a porn site, and like broke down like all the how you do it, like how they buy the pictures and what, because he's not hiring these models to do photos. Like broke the whole thing. It was like basically just like a shell. Like there's these companies where you buy like batches of like the content that are filmed by like, professional photographers or whatever. And then once you buy the rights to that content, like it doesn't exist anymore. So only you have it, like exclusivity.
Damn.
Yeah. So then, it was wild. And like how, like the charging rates, and like he made decent amount of money doing that while he was in the Air Force. He just ran a porn site on the side and was like married and whatnot. Like, like your wife doesn't trip the fact that you literally.
Okay. Well, let's circle back to this. So, I, remember the days of like LimeWire.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, you'd have to like get excited off of a headline. It'd be like, young girl scared gets saved by something or whatever. And I'm like, oh, this is going to be a good one. I fucking download it, go to school.
And then it ends up being a Soulja Boy video.
Yeah, go to school. You're like, dude, that headline was fire, dude. This is going to be some crazy. And you get home and it's some like, Soulja Boy video or something.
Yeah.
Damn, dude.
He admitted that he did a lot of that. Like when he was trying to get exposure and he was releasing songs like independently, he would put them on LimeWire linked as different things. Like whatever album was hot at that time, he would link, like he'd be like, oh, the new Eminem album, but it would be his songs.
That's a popular YouTube hack.
Yeah.
You create a video that has the same headline as something that's already popular, and your video could be something completely else. And,
well, we're going to go check out Gordon Ryan's channel after this. And
yeah, whatever Gordon Ryan says, we're going to post the same thing.
Yeah.
And then butcher it. Same thing happened to me. I almost got caught up, and I don't even really mess with any adult content on my phone at all, unless it's like guys sending memes, because obviously I'm in the meme community.
Right.
But we have this group chat, and one of the guys sent an advent calendar for dudes, and every day is like a different chick, like flashing.
Right.
And so like, I'm like, what is this? I click on it and I'm like, oh, all right. Funny guys.
Right.
Anyways, my daughter's like, can I watch?
Oh shit.
My daughter's all, can I watch, shows on your phone? And I'm like, sure. Not thinking of that. Like after you click on this little thread, it goes to the internet.
Right.
It's like, so it's on my browser. So she's like, what's this calendar? And I'm like, give me the phone. Give me the phone. I was
Good
like,
thing she asked.
I'm going to get caught without even getting caught.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not even doing anything wrong. I'm getting caught doing things wrong. Thanks, Brant.
Way to go, bud.
Those 6 a.m. guys are wild. So let's get into some talk about jiu-jitsu. What's the fastest way to improve your jiu-jitsu game if you can't afford private lessons? Like I think private lessons is probably the fastest way you can get better. We talked about it an episode or two ago where it's like, hey, you don't wait for it to circle around to the thing you're stuck at. Pay a little extra and work on your deficiencies.
Right.
What do you think is the fastest way to improve if you can't afford it?
If you have a someone similar size and maybe your rank or maybe a belt above you or something like that, or maybe even a belt below you, who knows? But if you guys can just make time to meet up and just drill the things that you're already working on in class, so you both have learned the technique and maybe you picked up different things from it. Maybe one of you journals.
Fucking journals.
Or records it with your phone or whatnot while you're learning it in class. And then you can review that with a partner. That could be, I think drilling, just the more you're able to drill, the better you'll get with things just becoming muscle memory and whatnot. So if you have somebody you can do that with.
I think drilling is important.
Yeah.
But I also think live situational sparring is
important. Yeah.
So to me, I think live situational sparring is crucial to your development of getting better at jiu-jitsu, because you can drill half guard sweeps and sweep each other back and forth or whatever technique you're using, but put yourself in that position in live sparring.
Yeah.
Like, that's what we do all the time. 3 guys down, 4 guys on the wall.
Right.
Bottom guy pass, finish, bottom guy sweeps, stays. Live situational sparring is probably the fastest way to get good if you can afford to like do private lessons or,
I used to suck at passing guard, like traditional close guard. It sucked. So somebody got me in that, and it was like, we're going to be here for 5 minutes because I'm not getting out of this type thing. And then I did a private with Jason, and he showed me some things. And then it wasn't necessarily, it was the private. Obviously, I learned some things that wasn't shown to the rest of the class, and things that just kind of was tailored towards me and my game. But it was over the next few weeks before that competition I was training to go into, I forced myself to end up in someone's full guard and work those movements. So it's like, they thought maybe that they just pulled me into guard or got me into guard, but like I was trying to get there to begin with.
Right.
And it's like, now can I get out of it? And I was also going with people that I knew had a good close guard. So like, let's really make this a challenge and see. And I've gotten dramatically better at that.
To me, the best way to open guard, close guard is, standing up, standing up, grab the cross grip, step with the foot that you have the grip so they don't grab your foot, get up on the hips, push the hips down, pass, knee slice. That's the way all the big names do it. A lot of people will, like to put their hands on the pants, put your knee in the asshole, pop the things open, underhook.
The cross grip you're talking about, like sleeve and...
I'm talking like either if it's no-gi, you're 2-on-1ing the far arm in close guard, and you're standing up with the leg that you have the arms so they don't grab your foot.
Right.
Or if it's gi, you're grabbing lapel over the hand, and you're grabbing the hand that you're going to step with and the lapel and you step up. You can either pick them up off the ground, looks like a G, push them down, or, just push the hips down. To me, those are the best ways to pass guard, but they're the most tiring ways to pass guard. But all the world champions, that's the way they do it.
Jay definitely showed me those, and they're super effective. I've really become accustomed to the knee slice. If I can break your guard, knee in the butt and kind of twist sideways and break it, and then just shove a knee down and go for it, I can get through it. I might get caught in quarter guard sometimes, but for the most part, I'm getting through it.
And you just back kick the thighs and knee cut through and sit out. But yeah, I definitely think, the fastest way to improve, also videotaping your grounds. Yeah. And I've talked about this before, but like, I know sometimes you feel bad about doing that because you've like, why are you videotaping? You're not going to post this on your Instagram. Like, you just tell your partners, hey, I'm just doing this for my personal thing. Right. We have a guy, Jay, shout out. He videotapes every class. Okay. But he never posts a damn thing. It's just for his own personal thing. Yeah. So, which is, he's just studying his moves, studying his game, studying what the professor was showing so he doesn't forget.
Well, especially if you're trying to work on something and you're not getting it, you can go back and watch like what step you're missing and see and then sometimes you can't see what your opponent's doing. Right. And the video is definitely good for that. It might expose what they're seeing that you're not seeing, and that's how they're getting through.
Say you're with your professor and he's teaching half, and you're like, oh, there's the half guard, and you do, and it's being all videotaped. Mm-hmm. And then you're like, live situational sparring, and you and half guard, you're like, well, I couldn't hit the sweep. Right. Like he was just showing it. I couldn't get it off. You can go back like, oh, but see, when he was doing it, he was doing this. And look, when I'm doing live, I'm not doing this. And video can help you. Yeah. Like, there's where I'm messing up. Yeah. So that's how I would get faster without being able to afford private lessons. But also, you might be able to get rates on private lessons where you and your buddy can go in it together. Right. And that might even be better because then the professor can overlook technique and he's not actually the guy showing you. Right. He's overlooking, and you can learn more with maybe a 2-man
yeah, I think that's a cheat code that I think privates with 2 people is the way to go.
Zebraed out purple belts too also help. Zebraed out purples that are close to their browns because they know a lot. Right. They know a lot and they want to teach and they want to show, but they're just almost brown belts. Yeah. They want to show you. So after class, if you're like, hey man, can you show me how you do this or how you do that? Most guys will, help you out. Yeah. So those are vast ways you can improve your game if you're really tight with the dollar, which everybody in this economy is tight with the dollar right now.
Yeah. Yeah. We always talk about purple belt energy and whatnot. One thing that I've noticed is while he may be there to steal your girl, he's also pretty helpful.
He's going to show you some shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he's going to fuck your chick. You know, like, hey, do you want to be good at jiu-jitsu or not, dude?
There's a price to pay, my man.
Why do you hate purple belt so much, Matt? It's bullshit. Like, not all purple belts are like that. Okay. Are you sure?
Why do you think he was late to class?
Yeah, well, he's doing something there. So, New Year's resolutions. What are yours?
In one of our last episodes, we talked about accountability and kind of making things public, or at least sharing it with people that are close to you that you know will hold you accountable. So, one of the things that I've been shitty with my entire life, pretty much, is my diet.
Oh,
so I grew up like a skinny kid until I was 26, and then all of a sudden I got like a beer belly. And it never went away. Mm. And, but I was like always like 175, 180 pounds. I mean, 18 to 26, I was that size. Didn't matter what I ate or how much I drank or anything. Mm. And it even like when a couple years ago, like before my kid was born, like I was in a hardcore gym phase with my wife and we were hitting the gym like 6 days a week kind of a thing. And I built like nice shoulders, back, arms, a little chest, and like my midsection kind of toned down a little bit, but I never had abs or anything like that. I just had like less of a belly. And I'm tired of it. You know what I mean? So I need to change my diet. And
this show really put that on you too.
Yeah.
Now, hey, the camera's adding 627 pounds. I'm just telling you guys that right now. But like also seeing yourself on video, like, man, I ain't fucking getting in shape, dude.
Right.
So yeah, I'm with you on that one.
Well, so we've got a listener of our pod who is a jiu-jitsu purple belt out in Arizona. Shout out Grissom. I think I'm saying that right.
Didn't kill a guy.
Didn't kill a guy. Did not kill a guy. Okay. He's a tattoo artist out in the like Phoenix area or Maricopa County area. Anyways, he is in phenomenal shape. These dude's like, I think he's like 44. If you look at his Instagram, dude is just fucking shredded. And he's just disciplined as fuck. And he posts all these like motivation, like he'll be out for a walk. You know what I mean? Like it's not jogging. He's not going hard on the cardio. He's just out for a fucking walk. And he'll just post these like videos talking to the camera, like, like just about being a better person, like, and kind of holding himself accountable, if that makes sense. And, watching some of these videos, like, there's times where I've been inspired where I'm like, fuck man, like I need to get my shit together, but not inspired enough to do anything about it just because that falls on me, Mm-hmm. And recently he was posting some pictures of people that he's helped with like meal plans and like things like that. And he's posting some before and afters. And I commented on one of them and he hit me up and he's helping me out. So
shit.
He's
an off the mat bunny rabbit.
Yeah. 100%. 100%. The guy is an absolute savage.
Fuck.
And so that's my goal. So he's over this next week. I'm just going to eat like I have been normally, but I'm like tracking I have like an app. I'm tracking everything I eat so I can see what my intake has been for the last, however long. And then he's already established some macros for me to follow. And he's going to see how much your eating habits change just based off of like, intaking the proper amount of stuff for your body type. He's like, I want you at like 10% body fat or less. I'm currently 27% body fat.
I'm currently probably high.
Yeah.
Jeez. I don't even want to know.
So it's going to be a long road, but that's my goal for 2024 is being more disciplined with my eating. I drink a lot of energy drinks. I eat a lot of like shitty snack cakes.
I've had like one energy drink my whole life.
Yeah.
But I'll crush some sodas.
Yeah.
So same shit.
Yeah. I need to, and for a while I was supplementing like, well, soda is, it's terrible. I still love it, but I'll drink Gatorade. Like
there's so much sugar in that shit.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, no, I just need to drink fucking water. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Maybe if I have like a cheat day or we go out to sushi or something like, I can't have water with sushi.
But let
me have a Coke.
But I'm not in any, I love sushi by the way, but I'm not in any, sometimes you're like, oh, cheat day, but like I'm in no shape to be having cheat days.
Yeah.
Like that's the problem. It's like, I'll give myself a cheat day. Yeah. If you're in great shape, your boy, Grisham.
Yeah.
you know, he can give himself a cheat day.
100%.
I'm not in a shape to give myself a cheat day.
Yeah.
We're in boot camp, baby.
But if you looked at him, you'd be like, he doesn't take cheat days. He can't. You know what I mean? Like it's just discipline, dude. You know what I mean? So that I'm looking to, and I'm also trying to I'm trying to use positive, like reinforcing language. I know that sounds dumb as hell, but I know it definitely works. Like, I'm not trying to like throw it up to chance. Like, oh, well, I guess we'll see how this goes. You know what I mean? Like, no, fuck that.
Well, maybe we can have this guy on the podcast.
Yeah.
And he could get us fucking and talking like, you know, he can get us, you know, even if he had to call in, we can get him freaking get us all hyped up and motivated.
100%. I think we could probably make that happen.
That would be cool.
He's a fucking inspirational dude. Just watching.
He's like
shit.
Goggins with tattoos.
Yeah.
Sounds good to me, man.
Yeah.
My New Year's resolution would, personally, for the podcast, I would say I would like us to get to, you know, 10,000 downloads.
Yeah.
But I think we're going to crush that. Well, because you guys are hooking us up right now, sharing us and liking our stuff.
10,000 total. We'll break that probably by the end of January.
I'm liking that. So like, I want us to have like a couple good paid sponsors would be cool.
Yeah.
And I would like for us to like, you know, start you know, eventually I'd like to have this podcast good enough to where we could like sponsor somebody to compete.
Yeah. That'd be rad.
And rock our shit.
Yeah.
And like, you know what I mean? But it's going to take some time to build, but like just the growth of the podcast in general, I'd like to see some good growth. Personally, definitely want to drop some weight. Definitely want to compete this year. And, you know, I would like to save 20 grand, you know, just cash flow in my savings more. So that's my personal goals.
You know what? Going back on the sponsorship thing, I think one of the things, company that we both enjoy, Level Black. I think one of the things that they do best is their community engagement, and they're constantly, whether they're sponsoring somebody outright, like have a signed contract, like you're now an athlete for us, or just shipping product out to up and coming. Like they do a lot of kids stuff. You ever notice that?
No, bro.
He pushes a lot of kids
sponsor
stuff.
This kid's finally a sponsored athlete. Like Clayton guy, he hooks people up, dude.
Yeah.
Like, and hopefully we can have him on the show too. Yeah, man, you guys he sends me stuff. He sent me probably 4 or 5 gis.
Oh, wow.
Like a bunch of rash guards, a bunch of shorts, hoodies, like everything I have Level Black. That's all on him. He's a good dude and he freaking hooks people up. So he just DM'd me one day. He's like, I like what you're doing. And I just want to hook you up.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, thank you. Yeah. Appreciate it. So yeah, definitely,
he's building
they're doing it right.
Yeah. He's building, I think more so than any other brand in the space that I've seen, the engagement from the people that, you know, whether he's hooking them up or they're buying his product or whatnot. I mean, and he reshares everything. Somebody gets a package and they post it, you know, new Level Black package came in. He's reposting it, like, and then that gets people hyped. Like, fuck, they recognize me. You know what I mean?
The Level Black is definitely top class when it comes to doing that shit. Because I don't see other companies doing it. I mean, La Malavita does that shit too. Yeah. You post anything La Malavita, they're resharing it. Yeah. You get something, they'll reshare everything.
And I'm not calling it if I bought a, you know, brand X gi, what, you know, major company gi, and I posted a picture of it or whatever, the likelihood of that brand resharing it is if I posted a Hyperfly gi, you know what I mean? Pictures.
I think it just shows that he runs his social media.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Like that's what I think that's what it is. Like some of these people don't run their own social medias.
Right. And I don't know the size of his company and whatnot, but it seems like I don't want to say it's a one-man operation, but it seems like he's very involved from like the top down. So I think there's a lot of pride in there. You know what I mean? It's not a corporation for sure. You know what I mean? It's his company. So I think he's got a lot of love for it. And I don't know. It's neat to see.
Yeah, definitely. I think, you know, that's probably, I mean, that's all I wear now is their stuff.
And he's got his eye on the scene in general. You know what I mean? He goes to competitions just to watch people. You know what I mean? In fact, I talked about that one time. He's like, I've never wanted to set up a booth at an event. You know what I mean? I never wanted to be that guy. He's like, I just want my company to exist. And he goes, I want to go to competitions to watch competitions.
How cool is it to be, at a tournament and you see everybody rocking your shit?
Dude, when I went to the ADCC, Orange County, competitors, people watching, you couldn't turn your head without catching 20 people. If I look from here to here, I'm going to see 20 people in Level Black shorts, rash guard, t-shirt, fucking hoodie, what, you know what I mean? Like it was everywhere more than any other company combined, hands down. Like just, yeah.
Killing it. You know? And I think it's because he just genuinely wants to help people.
Yeah.
And I think that's why he's so like genuine with like helping kids and stuff like that. So shout out to them.
Yeah, for sure.
And same thing when I talked to the Mala Vida guys, they said the same thing. Like, we just want to help people.
Yeah.
That's what the guy, he told me. He's like, I just want to help people.
I was talking to one of them. I'm not whoever runs their social media, and he was talking about. Well, we had somebody ask a question on White Belt Wednesdays about shortcuts or like women's spats and like the way they're cut and whatnot. And the Mala Vida guy hit me up and he broke it down like explanation. The reason Sanibel has theirs cut like this is they're the only people that cut their own blanks, and all the other people basically are buying from other distributors and just putting their stuff on it and, you know, putting their logos on it and whatnot.
Well,
and so, and then when I sent that back to the person who posted the question, they're like, dude, thank you. Like it was super helpful and super knowledgeable in the company. So, you know, it's cool that he's also listening as well to, you know, what is needed out there as far as, you know, what the female competitors are looking for and stuff. So,
yeah. So I think my New Year's resolution would be general growth of the podcast itself. Even though I know it's going to, I just excited to see where this is at around next Christmas.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Like, or how far are we making money? Are we, you know, it's a new adventure for both of us. And to me, I think that's exciting because I'm the kind of guy who doesn't quit. Yeah. So it's kind of like, it's all like, this is it. It's it now. So I'm going like what, and I'm willing to go through, you know, are we even breaking through the algorithm? Are we even breaking through? When I started my Host Nation BJJ, I was sitting at like 400 followers for like ever. Mm-hmm. And I would just like post nothing. Grandpa liking it. Mom liking it. Like just my friends, teammates. That's it. One big boom. One famous grappler shared it. Boom. And next thing you know, now, you know, my shit flying. Right. But like I was willing to keep throwing shit out there until it breaks through. I will keep chopping away. And I think that's what this podcast is going to do. And I think we're already starting to break through a little bit, which I'm very blessed for and thankful for. But I'm just excited to see where we are here in a year. And, you know, again, I'm not saying it's because of me and Kenny. I'm saying it's because you guys are all helping us and you guys are pushing our stuff and you're sharing our stuff. So if you see our podcast and you like, or every time you guys like say, this podcast is cool and you share it on your story, guys, that means so me and Kenny will literally screen grab that. And we send each other, look at what this guy said about it. We fucking love it.
Or when you just hit us up in the DMs and you're just like, you know, hey, thanks for this. Like, I've really been enjoying it. If you send it to me, I send it to Matt. If you send it to Matt, he sends it to me. Like that stuff lets us know that we're heading down the right path.
Yeah.
And if there's something that, you know, you got to gripe about, let us know as well. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, we can't please everybody.
No, for sure.
But at the same time, like we want to make sure that we're staying true to the course. And
yeah, that was very like, we love getting messages like that. We love watching the growth and the push of it. Kenny likes looking at the numbers of like what the podcast is doing.
Yeah.
And then he sends it to me and I'm like, oh crap, I didn't realize, you know, like sometimes so one of our podcasts, like, man, I don't feel like that one was as good as last week's. And you're like, this is the number one. Yeah. I'm like, oh crap. All right. I didn't know. So, you know, which is cool. So that's New Year's resolution for me. What else you got?
Making public declarations and being held accountable. So again,
basically what we just talked about.
Yeah, mine's definitely the it's not, I wouldn't say weight loss. It's going to be body transformation. By the end of 2024, I'm trying to look completely fucking different.
Okay. I'm going to do it right now. Okay. Right now, your boy's sitting out around 260 pounds, 257 to 260. I'm like always in that little ballpark. I would like to be in the 220s.
Okay.
By the time I get my second degree, which will be this next coming summer.
Better get after it.
Better get the fuck after it. So that's the plan. You know, I'm already like, your boy had a fucking Starbucks problem.
Yeah.
I hit that shit up all the time. I'm spending, you know, what happens? You date a white girl in Southern California, it's going to cost you $15 a week in Starbucks, a day in Starbucks. It was $8 a day, and then I got to find a drink I like, $15 a day in Starbucks.
Yeah.
That's called with dating a white girl or marrying a white girl in Southern California, you're going to go to Starbucks every fucking day. And I had that problem. We stopped it. Yeah, I have not been in like 4 days.
Oh, nice.
It's huge.
Yeah.
It's like $100 I've saved. So on my way to my 20,000. Okay. So I'm definitely making smarter choices on my intake. And I did the fast. Now, I talked about the fast the last episode or 2 episodes ago. I just 3-day fast. I made 48 hours.
Oh, really?
So I did, 2 days.
My wife is pretty savage and pretty disciplined, hungry. And she made it 2 days. And I remember us sitting in the kitchen, and she looks at me and she goes, "I just want to eat." And I looked at her and I was like, "Do you want me to hold you accountable, or do you want me to let you eat?" She goes, "I want you to let me eat." I said, "Okay." So
I was hungry, dude.
Yeah, I don't know anybody that's made it through. Everybody, well, I know one guy that made it through.
I know one guy.
Yeah.
My neighbor made it through, or he told me he made it through. I mean, I wasn't there. I don't know what he's doing at home or what he's doing.
Right.
But he'd be texting me like, "Dude, I had a potluck at my work. They had a surprise potluck at my work." I'm like, dog. He's like, "I'm going crazy. I got to get out of here." I'm like, "Go home sick, dude. Go home sick." He's like, "I am feeling sick, dude. They got donuts in here." I was like, "Damn." But yeah, no, definitely. There's my home. It's like, I want to get into 220s, dude. It's been too long. I've been in the 250s. The problem is I always get to 248, 247. And I'm like, hell yeah, looking good, dude. Because I have some old muscle in there somewhere. And then I just freaking, once I get to the 240s, I'm like, treat yourself.
Right.
And I freaking get off the wagon again. I'm tired of that. I'm going to get into 220s again. That's my goal.
220s. I don't know.
Now, when I post my 2nd degree photo here in summer, everybody in my DMs, "What's your weight?
Yeah.
What's your weight?" I'm like, fuck, nah, dude. Here it is. So we'll see. It'll be 220s. I'm going to have Kenny stand on the scale for me.
Well, right now I'm 217 to 220. That's the little area that I fluctuate in. And
imagine me at your size, dude.
I know.
Hell yeah.
No, you're already pretty fast even for your size. So imagine how much quicker you'd be with 30 pounds.
Dude, imagine how big the root would look. It would look so much.
They say for every 10 pounds, it's half an inch.
Dude. I fucking.
Matt's getting another 1.5 inches, baby.
Bro, dude. I'm not afraid. I'll give you the 6.5, dude. And it's the half is when I really arch my back. You know what I mean? Like.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, dude. Reflecting on our 2023 progress in jiu-jitsu.
I got a blue belt in 2023.
You got a blue belt.
Yeah.
That's good. It's a big step.
It was, I came back to jiu-jitsu in April of 2022. And I would say it took me close to maybe like the end of 2022 before I kind of like felt comfortable on the mat again. You know what I mean? Between like getting my cardio back up to where I could actually roll a couple rounds back to back, getting just comfortable with positions again. Because when I trained years ago and I took that big break, like I lost all that. And it didn't come back fast. It wasn't like,
yeah,
I felt white belt as fuck.
Jiu-jitsu is not like riding a bike.
No
fucking way, dude.
No.
Like you can remember like the basics, right. I guess. Like,
and that's just like, in a gym, just training. I can't even, if you were a competitor and then you stepped away for years and you came back, the game of jiu-jitsu, it just keeps progressing. You're fucked. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, you got to evolve.
Yeah.
You definitely have to evolve. Progress for me. I started coaching more this last year. I took on a role as a professor in the morning classes, the early morning classes for a couple of days a week at the gym. And I think that's really helped me because it's not as easy. It's easy being the guy and like showing guys stuff after class. Like, dude, how'd you do that? Can you show me? And I show them. But like teaching to big groups of guys or bigger groups of people is a lot harder. Learning how to talk, learning how to like, everybody's at a different skill set and how to like teach everybody different nuances of the move. So I definitely feel like I've improved. My progress in coaching has gotten better.
Yeah.
So for the most part, I think that's my biggest reflection on, because I definitely was kind of like nervous when I coached, but now I feel like I'm starting to find myself in my coaching style.
Okay. I'd say skill level progress wise, I've started to develop my game, you know, as a new blue belt. I'm starting to kind of find my path of like what works for me and then branch off of that. I'm starting to chain moves together. Or like there'll be times where like maybe you'll mention something technique wise and like all of a sudden it makes sense in my head. And I'm like, oh, like, okay, you know, that doesn't like before it would be foreign. You know what I mean? When you're sitting around, like maybe you're at someone's house and you're watching a UFC fight and there's a guy that does jiu-jitsu and he's high level and all of a sudden he's breaking things down, talking to another high level guy. And I'm just sitting there fucking lost. Like, what are they talking about right now? Or like you'll hear Rogan talk about it sometimes on his podcast and whatnot when he's talking to another high level jiu-jitsu guy and whatnot. And then I'm just sitting there going like, what? Like it's admirable. Like how in the hell are you watching something and then you're like, oh, well, he can either do this, this, or this. Like they know the next moves that are coming up next. Dude? It's so insane to me, but it's like, I didn't ever have, I looked at myself and I'm like, there's no way I'll ever be that level. Like I'll never be able to understand. And it's starting to make sense now.
I think with jiu-jitsu, you always think like, there's no way I'm ever going to be that good.
Yeah.
There's no way I'm ever going to lose this move. I was rolling with a guy this morning. He's like, dude, when I roll with you, I'm just like, what the hell?
Yeah.
You're all over me. And I was like, well, I've been doing it 15 years, dude. Like you'll get there. Right. He's like, someday some guy's going to look at you and be like, damn.
Right.
Well, I can't, what are you doing? Like that's just what it is. Like stick with it. You'll get better.
Right.
Everybody, jiu-jitsu is for everybody. You just got to learn your style and your game. You know?
Yeah.
So to me, I feel like, yeah, I can see how you can say like the learning, like when the words, people talking it and putting it into action.
Mm-hmm.
That's definitely a skill set that you do learn. I think I was technically better at jiu-jitsu before the darkness.
Yeah. Before
the darkness, my cardio was so much better. And I still struggle with the breathing part because my lungs still have that ARDS and have those nodules. So I still kind of gas sometimes when I'm like, or breathe heavy breathe.
Yeah.
But like before that, like my cardio was much better. So hopefully, you know, and again, the resolutions, dropping the pounds is going to help everything. So,
yeah, 100%.
So that's the plan. It's the plan for me. I don't want to be a big guy no more. I'm tired of it.
Game planning or our training for 2024. So building a core group of training partners, attending frequent open mats, competition prep with adequate time, diet, training, supplemental lifting. I know I want to compete a lot in 2024.
I want to compete also.
I don't know. I got to look up the schedule. I don't even know how the IBJJF like seasons work. Is there like
let's not talk about them. I got to see if they can freaking even let me in.
Well, we already know that Matt's on a lifetime ban after 2 episodes ago talking about IBJJF. So, so you need to look at the Jiu-Jitsu World League schedule or the any
BJJF or something like that.
I think I want to compete mostly in IBJJF just because I want to go after those points. If I'm going to pay for a comp, I'd like them to be like all in the same organization.
Right.
Yeah. So I want to look at you know what the 2024 schedule looks like and plan some things out. I'd like to do as much of the local-ish, like the San Diego to LA and in between.
Super heavy.
No.
You're going to cut?
Oh, I'm going to lose weight, bro.
So you're going to get like 190?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
And I want to, I
want to be a real problem for you at 190.
Yeah. I might be faster than, I don't know. No. What the fuck am I?
190.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think you'll be very strong at 190, that weight class.
Yeah.
Middle or whatever. Yeah. For sure. Heavyweight.
So I don't know how often. I think like maybe every other month if I could. I think more than that. Like I've got a family and a wife and.
Well, you said last year you went aspects of opening a school one day. The best way you got to start building a resume.
Yeah.
In competition.
Yeah.
And building, the fastest way to belt up, world titles.
Yeah.
So, you start winning master world titles, Jay's going to have you win a blue belt master world title. Or Pan's title.
Right.
He has no choice. You must go to purple.
We'll see.
So that'd be cool.
We'll see. I'd like to get to that level though. The plan, I'm trying to work my ass off as hard as I can. I'd like to get my purple under Jay before we depart California. That's an accomplishment. I'd be honored to have a purple belt under Jason. And then that's just more.
I'm not letting Kenny leave, guys. This guy thinks he's leaving. He's like, I'm leaving. Where are you going, dude? We got a podcast now. And now we're sponsored. And now we're making money.
Yeah.
You're just going to leave?
Well, if the podcast gets
if you guys want this podcast to stick around, we better start making some cash. I'll be doing it on Zoom. Like,
I got to tell my wife, hey, look, we're gonna have to put her in a private school. The pod's making
Linden
money now,
or whatever school it is. That school's out here. No, I hear you. I think game planning and training, building a core group. That's what we are. We're our core group.
Yeah.
You guys can DM us, talk to us. We can talk to you guys. I'm down to talk to anybody. Also, you should always have a group. There's a group chat in your gym.
Yeah.
And you should be part of that group chat. Because there's so many times where people would be like, I didn't want to train. And someone's like, training today. It goes off. I'll be there. What about Matt, pussy?
Right.
I'm like, all right, fuck you guys. I'm there.
Well, I know that, so I talked to Nate in your 6 a.m. And he mentions like he's like exclusively a 6 a.m. guy, it seems like. And it seems like you have your 6 a.m. guys and they might go to later classes, but for the most part, that's your, established group at that point.
The 6 a.m. guys, and we had a question like this on the DMs, like, oh, why are 6 a.m. guys seem so better because they post pictures early in the morning? Like, hey, look, I don't know who sent that. That was today. But no, it's just a lot of guys train at 6 a.m. because they got jobs, they got families, their kids have soccer after school. Like,
right.
That's when you can get it in. So those guys are pretty loyal at 6 a.m.
Yeah.
And I remember, my buddy James, he's a purple belt. He started that 6 a.m. coming in.
Oh, really?
And he said there was times he'd show up and no one would show up. And he'd just leave. And then eventually people started showing up. And then Jay took over the Tuesday, Thursday. And then I was like, all right, I'll come in on Mondays and Wednesdays. And now we got a full boat of black belts teaching every class.
That's right.
So it just grew in this community of guys. So yeah, we got that group, and it helps. A core group of guys can help you stay motivated, help you, train, go to open mats, stuff like that. And then they all support each other in competition.
Right.
We had one of our guys, Jordan, compete a couple weeks ago, and people were like, Jordan's competing. People go down there and watch him. The whole team, like that whole group of guys.
That's cool.
And that group of guys today, we're having promotions tonight. That group of guys will be at promotions, I'm sure. They'll all be hanging out with each other.
I think it's important to do that, to go support and whatnot, even if you're not competing. I have a 5-year-old kid. She's not exactly the best at sitting still. But, when there was an Anaheim Jiu-Jitsu World League and we had a bunch of people competing in it, and like I took her, just like she was, and she does jiu-jitsu, but she has no desire to watch people do it, from 500 feet away. You know what I mean? So, but it was good just to go and show a little love to the team. And, you see people's face, like competitors' faces light up. Like when they turn around and they see you and they weren't expecting you to be there, they're like, oh, fuck yeah. You know what I mean? Like I got some support behind me. I got some people.
It's good. It's good to support your teammates. Yeah. It's good to be a good teammate, and it's good to be a good training partner.
Right.
Because it takes two to do jiu-jitsu.
Well, and if these are the people that you train with and they're watching your matches and they see you get caught in something afterwards that maybe you didn't see, like that's, maybe the next day in class they're like, hey, I saw what happened. Like, did you catch that? No, I didn't. Like, can you show me what happened? Like, where did I mess up? And then they might expose this hole that you didn't know you had.
And your teammates know your game.
Yeah.
So sometimes a professor has two guys competing at one time. Okay. Right. Sometimes professors are like, so-and-so's going at 5 o'clock. So-and-so's going at 5 o'clock. He can't be at both places.
Yeah.
So he chooses one. So say you don't have a professor. It's good to have support from your teammates to be behind you because they know your game. A lot of these guys, they've rolled with you before. So they can be there and be like, hey, even though they can't be on the mat coaching, they can be on the wall right there overlooking the freaking, ledge and be like, hey, get to your stuff, get to here, get to there, because they know what's in your wheelhouse and what's not in your wheelhouse.
Right.
They're going to be like, flying arm bar. I've never done one of those in my damn life. You know what I mean? Like they know what you like to do.
Right.
And so they can help you, guide you through.
Right.
And sometimes just like you said, just the support of having someone there, because going there to compete and all of a sudden you have no coach, that sucks. And you look over and the guy next to you is Hoffa Mendez is coaching some guy. You're like, he's got Hoffa Mendez and I'm nervous. You know, it's good to have a coach. I had a coach against Alpha Mendez, one of my first tournaments.
Oh shit.
And I was like, hey, dude, I'm sorry, bro. Like, this guy's got their gym's all white, dude.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know what to do. But,
there's a video of a dude that's he's like a high school wrestling coach, and you see him on the mat and he goes, look at this bullshit, and he pans his phone up and it's Daniel Cormier. He goes, I got to coach against this guy. I'm like, multiple world champion, Olympian. Like,
to me, that's the coolest thing about jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
One of the coolest things about jiu-jitsu. The coolest thing is getting your purple belt, but we go on that later, or we've already been into that. The coolest thing about Brazilian jiu-jitsu is it's the only sport where you can roll with the guys you look up to.
Yeah.
If you like basketball, can you go play pickup basketball, LeBron James?
Right.
No, you cannot. Can you go hit baseballs with Mike Trout or Aaron Judge?
Could you pay to go get a personal seminar from LeBron James? You know what I mean?
No.
Fuck no.
He doesn't even do that.
No.
He's
Good luck.
Can you go roll with Gordon Ryan? Yeah.
Yeah.
If you went down, visit him, paid to drop in fee, whatever you got to do, get a private lesson. You can roll. Anybody who's won world champions, you can, like, the legit studs of this industry, you can train with them. And that's what makes jiu-jitsu so cool, because when you go to Atos, Andre Galval is rolling on the mats. When you go to Checkmat, Ushesha is on the mats. Gordon Ryan, all these guys are on the mats. Craig Jones, or whoever you like fancy yourself as, like, the guy you follow, their gym, they're training, get in class.
Right.
And next thing you know, situationals happen and you're walking off the wall and you're getting swept by one of those guys and walking your booty right back to the wall. But, like, you get to touch the guys you look up to, and that's what makes jiu-jitsu great.
Yeah. And I guess that puts into perspective too how good they are. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's just like, I mean, you've mentioned before that you've rolled with Buchecha. It's just like, you know, he's good, but then you roll with him and you know what your strengths are, and you're like, I'm going to give him my best. And that didn't mean shit.
Nah, man. That didn't mean nothing. I don't even know. Like, I can't even explain it.
Yeah.
I can't even explain it. White belts do better I feel like white belts do better against me as a black belt than I did against Buchecha.
Jesus.
It was problems, dude.
Yeah. Never trust a black belt.
No, dude. This guy is good, dude. I feel like Buchecha's had a deep voice since he was 4 years old. You know what I'm saying?
He just rolled out of the womb.
Guys. I'm like, all right. Fucking sweet. But we got questions?
We do. Evolve with JoJo.
Evolve with JoJo. World champion black belt. JoJo. She's in our gym. Stud. And she teaches kids class. Shout out to her. She is a beast.
I remember her teaching kids when she was blue.
She's a gangster.
Yeah.
She's a gangster.
Do you think everyone in BJJ should do at least one tournament?
I do.
I think everybody, to take this a step further, I think everybody should be in a fight.
Oh, okay.
I think, yes, I agree with the tournament thing, because it lets you definitely know where you sit in the jiu-jitsu hierarchy, at least at your belt level or whatever. But I think that defending yourself in, like, a real deal, like, oh shit, like, this guy could fuck me up kind of a situation, really lets you know, one, you know, if he's not trying to murder you and it's just a fight, like, maybe you're a little stronger than you thought you were, or maybe it's an equalizer and you aren't as of a badass as you think you are as well. It's an ego check.
I agree with JoJo. I think everybody should do at least one tournament. And the reason I believe that is because, A, it lets you know where you're at. Like, if this stuff is for real, because you're going against people you don't know, so you're going a little harder. The intensity is a little way more than it is at class. And I think once you experience that intensity in training in a tournament, when you come back to your class and training, your jiu-jitsu opens up more freedom, because you're like, oh, that was a competition.
Right.
And now I'm here. And since I'm competing now I can focus on my deficiencies in the game, and I can roll and get to bad spots. And I don't feel like because if you have never competed, sparring is competition for you.
Yeah.
And you'll never evolve. No pun intended, JoJo. You'll never evolve if you're just sparring hard, trying to win every time. You've got to spar and put yourself in spots and try to get better and make your game more well-rounded. And I think by competing once, you realize the intensity is so extreme or so much more
Right.
that when you do come back to class, you're like, oh, okay, that's not this. I can train now.
Right. Mark Leg Action. Fuck, marry, kill. Gabby Garcia, Chris Cyborg, the pigeon lady from Home Alone 2.
Oh, fuck. Okay. Fuck, marry, kill. Gabby Garcia. Oh, well, King Gabby. I would say the pigeon lady, that's just got to be stinky. Hey, that's smelly. That's smelly.
But could you wash it?
I mean, she could wash it first.
Could you hose her?
I mean, and the cardio is not going to be there for her. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying I got great cardio.
No, dude, the pigeon lady definitely. This is
I
hard
don't
for any.
I don't want to marry the pigeon lady. I don't. Well, and if she's homeless, she's homeless. You kill her.
No, nobody's gonna care.
No, I mean they dying every day, and those pigeons will find new things to eat. So I'm killing the pigeon lady. Okay, from Home Alone, even though she helped Kevin and he was great. But Kevin, run, whatever. Pigeon lady, I'm sorry, and she's a little long in the tooth, so she's got to go. Mary,
I'd say
I'm gonna. Oh man.
So, but if you marry, you got to fuck consistently.
Well, yeah. So I think
I'm going Cyborg on that one.
You're marrying Cyborg?
She's the lesser of two evils. She's the most feminine of the two.
I'm going to fuck Cyborg because, whatever. I mean, I just feel like I'm not trying to get head kicked for not doing the dishes. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not.
You don't think Gabby's gonna?
Not gonna head kick me. She's not gonna hit me with striking. Hit me with like a low leg kick. I got a bad knee. I can't be taking that shit. And then I'm going to marry Gabby Garcia because she does some freaky shit on her IG. I don't know if you guys follow Gabby Garcia on Instagram. She's pole dancing. She's doing crazy stuff. I mean, she's into some wild stuff. She's a genetically superior monster. I'm a big guy. I feel like our kids would be very good at jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
With her fucking genetics and my fucking, willingness to get her injured.
I feel like Gabby Garcia is going to fuck you though.
Oh yeah. She'll carry you to bed and shit.
My kid.
I'm tired.
My kid, when she goes to bed, can you carry me upstairs like a baby? That's going to be Gabby Garcia.
You could like drive home like from like a Christmas party, which, cause I love Christmas. And I could just like pretend like I'm like 5-year-old. I can pretend like I'm asleep in the car and she'll just pick me up and carry me to the bed. Oh, sorry, Charlie. I definitely, yeah, that's it. I'm marrying Gabby. I'm effing Cyborg and I'm killing the pigeon lady. Thanks, at Mark. What's his name?
Mark Leg Action.
Leg Action.
Risky Biscuits. Why are 10th Planet guys scared to put on the PJs? I was a 10th Planet guy. I put the PJs on. I never went back, but
I think the main reason is because, you're either one or the other. And guys, I'm not saying those are fertile guys are white belts. We already went into that. But I think it's basically is, they don't think the gi is beneficial in a real world situation.
Yeah.
That's the whole premise of the 10th Planet.
Yeah, I know Eddie Bravo created it as a means of making jiu-jitsu more suitable for later MMA. Early MMA, you could wear a gi, so but later MMA was to what it is now. So it's like he needed something that didn't have collar grips, or not collar grips, but sleeve grips and pant leg grips.
I think that's the main reason. I mean, the main reason is and then once you get into that 10th Planet, you like everybody kind of shits on the gi,
right?
So you're either team shit on the gi or you're team gi.
Oh, I'm just gonna say, okay, you know how like everybody says like CrossFit's a cult. Well, people that don't do jiu-jitsu, they think that you're in a cult too.
Yeah.
So the 10th Planet is just a different cult.
No, the 10th Planet guys, like I don't ever hear jiu-jitsu gi guys, which I consider myself, I don't think gi guys ever shit on the no gi.
Well, because most schools do both.
Right.
Yeah.
And then, but 10th Planet guys who don't do gi will shit on the gi.
Yeah.
So it's like, hey, why not just go to a traditional gi school? Because I promise you, if they're legit, they have a no gi class.
Yeah.
And then you got best of both worlds.
And on my original Instagram profile that doesn't exist anymore, there's definitely a photo of me. Hashtag 10P for life.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Well, that worked out well.
It didn't work out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Check man for life now, baby.
You know what? I got a question. This is kind of sort of
Okay.
Pulls off of this one. At what point should you be allowed to put jiu-jitsu or JJ or BJJ in your name, in your title on Instagram?
I think you should be able to do whatever the fuck you want. I mean, hey, like,
do you create a whole new IG for your jiu-jitsu?
I was looking for a handle because I didn't really, and I was like, what is my handles going to be? You know what I mean?
You're a black belt though.
But
it's
yeah,
like
but I've had that, my meathead BJJ. I've had that for fucking purple belt, blue belt. But I just was thinking of a handle. That's what I like, you know what I mean? But like my wife's not like picking like, you know, at freaking, you know, wife's name, pick my kids up from school. You know what I mean? Or Starbucks once a week, you know what I mean? Or once a day. I don't know. I guess because we're like people who jiu-jitsu like jiu-jitsu. So there's nothing wrong with that. Like people are like, why do white belts get flashy gis? And because.
Yeah. Well, yeah, on that, fuck it, man. You're going to spend
You're
the money.
in it, bro. If you're in it, like if you're like into yoga, like put yoga. Like, you know, Kelsey yoga. Whatever, dude. _ yoga girl.
Yeah.
Yoga girl 44. Like whatever, dude. Like you're into that. That's like usually your handle is what you're into. And if you're into jiu-jitsu,
fucking Steve pick up basketball 86.
B-ball for life 95.
Yeah.
Like whatever, man. Do what you got to do. Like that doesn't bug me one bit. Like go ahead. Like if you want to put your freaking handle as BJJ, go for it. Just don't forget that second J. That's a problem.
Oh, fuck. Well, I think that wraps this one up.
All right, buddy. You think what I'm thinking?
Aim for the bushes.
Yes, sir. See you guys next time. Os.